Hello, and welcome to Development Layers Explained. Today, we're going to cover 5 topics. What are development layers? What do they look like? Where do I find them? When do I use them? And the benefits of these development layers. Let's get started. Okay. First, what are these development layers? Development layers are codes that identify when and where money goes. What do we mean by when and where? We literally mean when and where. Is the money going to support a jobs, a ride? And is the money from 2014, from 2018? Or is it a check for future use? Development layers are codes that identify when and where money goes. So, what do these layers look like? Well, development layer codes look like a series of letters. Here are some examples. They can be a little tricky to look at, but they all stand for something quite simple. For example, BBI IDR 2018 means Best Buddies International Individual Donation Restricted for use of year 2018. Now, these development layers are also organized. We've got different types of codes. We have campaigns, funds, appeals, gift codes, gift subtypes, and gift attributes. Now, I know these might seem a little tricky, but just look at them as if they were Russian nesting dolls or containers funneling water or funds into specific places. Campaigns are our broadest code. There's only 7 of them. Then come the funds, appeals, which include the year, gift codes, gift subtypes, and gift attributes. Again, they all fall inside of one another. Here's an example of coding for a gift. So, Best Buddies receive some corporate money that is to be specifically used for a program and used for 2018. What would that code look like? Well, the campaign would be corporate. The fund would answer the question where would be Best Buddies International, let's say Arizona, corporate donation restricted. The appeal, which would tell us when, would say Best Buddies International Arizona, corporate donation restricted 2018. Gift code? Well, that's just where specifically the money has to be used or anything else specific about the money. In this case, it's restricted money. The gift subtype would be your state acronym, Arizona. Gift attributes are optional, but they are mandatory for events and government money. So, where can we find these famous development layers? Well, we can find them on the drop-down menus of the donation transmittal form, and we can also find them in Raiser's Edge. Let's take a quick look. Once you're at the team site, click over here on the left where it says Love Your Data, Love Your Donor. There is a file folder titled Donation Transmittal. Click on that, and you'll see here a donation transmittal form from this year with drop-down menus. You will need to download this file onto your desktop. We lock it on SharePoint so that when staff comes in to use it, they don't edit it. Download a copy. And now you can enable editing on your desktop. This is a donation transmittal form. Here you can see there are drop-down menus with all of our campaigns, all of our fund codes, all of our gift codes, gift subtypes, gift attributes, and the rest you fill in yourself. There's also a really useful frequently asked question sheet. Inside of Raiser's Edge, where we store all of our gifts, you can also find the development layer codings for previous gifts. This might help you figure out the coding for a current gift. For example, here's one from a couple of years ago for a Best Buddies International Florida Jacksonville Champion event. As you can see, here's our campaign, our fund, our appeal. And over here, we have our gift code. Another place in Raiser's Edge where you can find development layer codes is in your state folder. You go to queries and you find your state office folder. Let's try. So as we can see here, we've made a development layers check query for Hawaii. Here we're asking it to show us all gifts after 2015 where the fund code equals Hawaii. The Results tab will show you how different gifts were coded. Now that we've figured out where we can find these codes, let's talk about when we use them. Well, you would use these development layer codes whenever a donation is being sent into headquarters. Development layers help us organize our donations. These codes are also required in order to process any donation, whether it be an offline check that you're sending to headquarters. Online gifts and transactions through our Best Buddies websites are already pre-coded when you request one of those pages made for your event or fundraiser. So, what are the overall benefits of using these development layer codes? They help us know how to use a donor's gift. They help us to track our financial goals, and they help us project financial goals. They also help us know what's working and what's not. If we can figure out that we're not making enough in an event through tickets, maybe we focus on selling more sponsorships. They also help us buddies know what our donors like to support. Now, remember, the data team and finance only enter the codes you select. Neither team is allowed to select codes for you. Yet both teams can tell you when the codes look a little wonky. That's it for this lesson. We talked about what development layer codes are, what they look like, a series of letters and numbers, where we can find them on the donation transmittal form and in Raiser's Edge, when we use them, anytime we're processing a donation, and the benefits of these development layer codes. That's it this time. See you next time.